You have like a go-to dish that you make?
Do I have a go-to
Like
dish?
someone says, "Hey, make a dish. If I like, I give you $1 million."
So most of the dishes that I like doing are quick and cheap. So Japanese izakaya style, let's say Japanese style hamburgers or things like that.
Mm. Okay.
Or
And how advanced are you in playing piano?
um, can or a little bit intermediate. So can sight read and can play from ear. Can play by ear.
How long you been playing?
Uh, so I am not as good as my parents would have liked me to be.
I don't think no one is, right?
But I started playing when I was 5.
Okay. And you had they give you lessons or something like that back in the day?
Yes, they brought in a piano teacher and
They ever ask for the money back?
hmm?
Did your parents ever ask for the money back for the lessons they gave you since you didn't learn?
They
That's-
threatened it. Yes.
And then and the guitar, like how'd that come about?
I was actually so between uh, high school and college, I actually took a 10-month gap year in Japan,
Mm.
and in my small apartment, couldn't have a piano, and I had to move back to the U.S. So couldn't get a keyboard because how am I going to pack that and what am I going to do with that at the end of the 10 months? So I got a guitar, and I actually spent uh, 2 hours just learning chords and from my so I play rhythm guitar, not like lead guitar. From my perspective, playing the guitar is playing chords like playing the left hand on piano, and if you sing with it, it's like playing the right hand on piano. So it wasn't too much of a leap. So I learned a few chords and was able to competently play songs within 2 hours.
So I believe every kid or every person who graduates high school or either after high school or after college should take some kind of gap year, right? I mean, of course, if you're like kind of rich, you can afford to do it better, But regardless of your income situation, take some time off and like quote unquote discover yourself or go do different things, experience things. Having said that, with you taking that gap year, was it a good thing for you, bad thing for you? What's your take on actually doing a gap year as far as where you're at right now in life?
So for me, the gap year was actually a lifesaver. So around that time, so I had been a straight A student all my life, and that last year I was not doing well in school as hard as I would have tried, and I didn't know why. So I attended classes, I understood everything, I did the homework, but I couldn't perform well on tests, and I later found out that it was because I was burned out uh, and I had never experienced it before, and uh, people like if you're stressed all the time or busy all the time, you kind of get acclimatized to it. So it's like being a frog that's being boiled very slowly, and so it doesn't notice. So I went and spent 10 months in Japan. When I came back, I I was able to perform again. I felt so refreshed, and to me it was a lifesaver.
And I guess you went to Japan because like you had people there.
Yes, I have friends and family there, so uh, that made that very easy. And
And how were you able to convince your parents that for you to do this? Were they for this, against this, or like you're a grown guy now, do what you want to do?
um, so my parents are for gap years were pro gap year in general. Um, my dad wanted me to take 2 years off, 1 year to do chores around the house, and another to do the gap year. And I did not want to do that. uh, uh, I think, or he's the kind of person that if I did 1 year of chores around the house, then he would say, "Oh, let's do another one until I'm 30 and still haven't gone to university." So I just bought the ticket and when he found out it wasn't refundable, he was all for it.
So there's a lot of talk now about like is a college education even worth it right now? Of course, like if you want to be a doctor or lawyer, you need to go to college, or maybe let's say you want to get a master's in business from Harvard, and you need to go to college to get high grades, right? But do you really need a degree in computer engineering, computer science, design, marketing? It's not like college is kind of losing its value.
Uh, Computer science, I think some places are starting to. are starting to offer programs for computer science. So they might be job training, where a person in that training can learn how to code, but they don't need the rigorous rigorous training in algorithms or the mathematics behind it. Computer engineering, yes. The skill set is advanced enough that you do need to go to college. You're not going to learn that you're without being very 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 self motivated. You're not going to learn the advanced maths and things anywhere else. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, the most difficult thing about learning a set of skills is knowing what book to read next.
That's very true. Yeah.
So, if I had tried to learn everything I had learned at university by myself, it would have not occurred to me to explore some subjects relative to others.
So, when did you know you want to be an engineer? Like high school, junior high?
I think since I was very, very young, I knew that I wanted to be in science. And then at some point, I found out that my dad was an engineer. Funny story here is he worked for Boeing, and he has a pilot's license, but he wasn't a commercial pilot or anything. Me and my sister and I, we thought that he was a pilot. Later, we found out that he was a field service engineer for Boeing. So, I think he thought that the truth was close enough that he didn't feel the need to correct us and didn't want to explain what a field service engineer was. But my dad's background was mechanical engineering, and I found that to be I find it interesting, but not enough to pursue a career in. But in high school, I actually got into an animatronics team, and learning the electronics and programming made it so that I could make really cool things even as a young teenager, and I decided to go into that.
So what do you see as your future, right? What do you see yourself doing? Like you're going to become like a CEO of this multi-billion-dollar company? Are you like, what do you see for yourself?
I think success in this startup will open a lot of doors for me in being able to pursue projects that I find interesting. Or one project that I've been thinking about is ways to make social media less messy.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Yes.
Yeah. So here's a good one for you. So they always say if you're an entrepreneur, never quit, keep on driving, whatever. But is there a time when an entrepreneur should quit? When an entrepreneur should say, okay, maybe this isn't for me? Or should this be all the never quit mentality?
I think for me, where I would consider the end of the road for maybe Takamori Robot is at the end of the Kickstarter campaign, if just looking at the results, if no one comes in and donates, then maybe I should hang up the towel and put all my effort into job applications. I've been kind of slacking on that for a while because working on this, but at a certain point, I need to start building up savings.
So the Kickstarter, like, obviously I can't tell what to do, but like, let's suppose your Kickstarter is successful, right? To me, I don't think that's a judgment on the product itself, right? Like maybe you just reached out to the wrong people. Maybe marketing was bad. Maybe, the people you reached out to didn't have any money, right? I don't know. I think there's so many things that go wrong with Kickstarter, right? And you're competing against all the other Kickstarters, all the different stuff. Like I have no idea how big your presence is, social media. I don't know how many people right? I mean, it's so many factors, right? So I don't know if I would stop with that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's based off the results. So if it looks like the marketing was somewhat promising, but we didn't reach the 30,000, then we proved that there's some market, and we had some we had some semi-success in reaching it. If we put it out there and it's just crickets.
Yeah, that's different.